Hollow Maze.
The House of Representatives Press Corps and Parliamentary Media Aid has converged for a joint capacity-building retreat themed Digital Governance and Legislative Reporting. Organized by the House Committee on Media and Public Affairs, the capacity building is aimed at strengthening accurate, ethical and rights-based reporting of technology-driven legislation. Speaking at the retreat, the House spokesperson and chairman of the House Committee on Media and Public Affairs, Honorable Akinrotimi, said the engagement was timely as the National Assembly increasingly grapples with issues of data protection, cybersecurity, artificial intelligence, and digital rights. He stressed that journalists and legislative media teams play a crucial role in shaping public understanding, trust, and civic engagement, adding that the 10th Assembly remains committed to transparency, engagement, and accessibility in communicating its work.
This gathering is timely and strategic. The legislative environment now operates within complex questions of digital governance, data protection, cybersecurity, artificial intelligence, online safety, and digital rights. These issues sit at the heart of democracy, accountability, economic development, and the protection of fundamental freedoms. The responsibility to interpret these issues accurately and present them clearly to the Nigerian people rests on two key groups represented here today: the accredited press corps covering the National Assembly and the media teams that support members and the House leadership. Your work directly shapes public understanding of Parliament, public confidence in democratic institutions, and the quality of civic engagement in our country. This retreat reflects a deliberate commitment by the House Committee on Media and Public Affairs to invest in professionalism, ethics, competence, and institutional coherence in legislative communication. Now, our vision is clear. The 10th Assembly as the People's House, a parliament that is trusted, responsive, and results-driven. Our mission is equally clear: to deliver timely, factual, and innovative public communication that strengthens institutional credibility and supports effective service delivery. These commitments are anchored on three core values that define our work: transparency, engagement, and accessibility. Transparency demands accuracy, depth, and clarity in reporting. Engagement requires strong collaboration between journalists and parliamentary communicators. And accessibility compels us to ensure that legislative processes are understandable and meaningful to citizens, not distant nor obscure. As the volume of digital-related legislation before the National Assembly continues to grow, the responsibility to report such matters with insight, balance, and technical understanding also grows. This is why today's program is structured as a serious professional engagement, not just a ceremonial event. The sessions on digital rights, the state of digital freedoms in Nigeria, legislative interpretation, and practical simulations are designed to equip you with skills that would apply directly to your daily work. We are grateful to Paradigm Initiative for supporting this process and for contributing technical depth to today's engagements. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, this retreat reflects a broader reform journey guiding the work of the House Committee on Media and Public Affairs. Democracy functions best when citizens are well informed, when institutions communicate responsibly, and when the media ecosystem upholds professionalism and public interest. I urge every participant to engage actively, ask hard questions, contribute thoughtfully, and take full advantage of the expertise assembled here. The quality of legislative reporting in the period ahead will reflect the seriousness with which we approach engagements like this.
In his address, Chairman of the House of Representatives Press Corps, Boyega Onadiran, described the retreat as a necessary intervention in an era where information travels faster than policy, urging journalists to continually build capacity to report digital governance issues with clarity and responsibility. He commended Honorable Rotimi and the House Committee on Media and Public Affairs for sustaining regular capacity building initiatives as well as Paradigm Initiative Nigeria for its partnership.
Representatives Press Corps and media aids convened at a time when information travels faster than legislation and perception often moves quicker than policy. Today, journalism and legislative communication no longer operates solely in the realms of headlines and press statements. We now work in a digital ecosystem shaped by data, algorithms, artificial intelligence, cybersecurity, and online rights. How we understand these issues and how we explain them to Nigerians matters deeply. As members of the House of Representatives Press Corps, our duty is not just to report what happens in the House, but to make the work of the Parliament understandable to Nigerians, credible and relevant to citizens. This we have been doing patriotically and ethically, and it can only get better with capacity buildings such as this. This engagement is therefore timely and necessary. We do not take this for granted. It is an opportunity to build capacity, strengthen collaboration, and align our professional standards as digital governance increasingly defines Nigeria's legislative future. On this note, I have to commend the House Committee on Media and Public Affairs, ably led by Honorable Akin Rotimi Jr., who has shown commitment and dedication. Just barely last month, we had a similar training like this, where we focused on the reserved seats bill. And for me, it has never been this good before. My colleagues, I want you to join me to give 3 Bosa to the honorable spokesman who has shown capacity, who has shown dedication to build the capacity of the media. Bosa, Bosa, Bosa.
The retreat featured sessions of Digital Rights Foundations, Nigeria's digital rights landscape, risks and opportunities for journalists, as well as presentations on the Nigerian data protection.
I think that one of Nigeria's biggest problems is the issue of elite consensus. Nations rise and fall on elite consensus. Nations rise and fall based on what the elite use their power to do. Democracy is not getting a very good rap in the world right now. A president went to kidnap another president and is daring the world to do something about it. Right here in our region, in West Africa, coup attempts. Some of them succeeded. One of the reasons why that is going on is because in every nation, what the elites agree on prevails. And so, in some nations, the elites become very selfish and focus on what they can get. And while they focus on what they can get, other factors come into play. And the country sinks. But in some situations, you have people who rise through the ranks and get power. And then use that power to decide to force their way through an enlightened. There's always self-interest. Let's not deceive ourselves. I have self-interest. He has self-interest. But if it is enlightened self-interest, then we can use our power. His access and power in the National Assembly, my access and power, which clearly relies on the powers that I derive from, my team at Paradigm Initiative, we can bring that together with your power as a fourth estate of the realm. By the way, apart from the 3 arms of government, you are the only ones that have a number. You know that. The fourth estate of the realm. I've tried to see how we can call civil society the 5th or the 6th estate, but it's not working. It's only you that have a number, 4th estate of the realm. So please put your hands together for yourselves. And the reason I say that we rise and fall with elite consensus is because when we had this conversation in November and said we needed to do this, to be honest, we have that conversation with politicians all the time. Oh, let's do this. And my attitude is that if we are serious, we will use our power and resources to make things happen. But if we are not serious, we'll continue to pretend. I have only one passport. So this project has to work. This project, Nigeria, even if I had more than one, this project has to work. And in working, our own area of expertise is digital rights. If you look at it, Nigeria wants to be a $3 trillion economy. We're never going to do that without digital. It's impossible. We can never create enough jobs. It's impossible. Which is why a lot of young people are now working in Nigeria, but for other countries. I mean, this is my area of expertise. I can tell you clearly, people who were earning $300K before COVID and are now earning $3,000. Just because this gentleman now works the same job, design, but now doing it for a company.
The Artificial Intelligence and Innovation Bill and related legislative frameworks.
Harlow Mays, Parliamentary Advocacy and Journalism Redefined.